Hey, what's up? I'm Dominique and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be creating a makeup look using the most expensive and bougie makeup products that I own in my collection. And I've totaled the cost of all these products that I'll be using on my face today, and it comes to almost $700 for a full face of makeup. That's insane. So I'm telling you, I better look like a superstar after this. I went onto the Sephora website and I looked up every single product by category, starting with primer, all the way through my makeup routine, ending with setting spray, and I sorted the results from highest price to lowest price, and then I scrolled through all the results to find the first product that I owned that was the most expensive. And I've compiled all the results together, and in this bag lays all my expensive and bougie makeup products. So if you're ready to see the most bougie makeup look, then let's get started. So how I'm going to do this bougie makeup look is I'm basically going to go through my entire makeup routine, but instead I'm just going to switch out the products with the most expensive ones that I own. So typically when I'm doing my makeup, I always start off with my eyes first. So I always do my eyeshadow first just to avoid any fallout getting onto my foundation. So I'm just going to begin by priming my eyelids, and this is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This product does not count. This is just what I prime my eyes with usually every single time I do my eyeshadow, so this is not changing. And the most expensive eyeshadow palette that I own is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 eyeshadow palette. And this palette right here costs $70. You heard that correct, $70 for this. This eyeshadow palette comes with 10 powder eyeshadow shades that are all completely matte. And then on the end over here, we have 2 cream shadows in black and brown. So I'm just going to create a little look with the palette. Nothing too crazy, but I did make an in-depth tutorial with this palette. So if you want to see a more in-depth tutorial using this palette, I got you. And I'll link it right here to this video. But right now, all I'm doing is mixing these 2 light shades together, and I'm plopping it right in my crease. I'm using windshield wiper motions to blend it all into my crease, and I'm also using a super fluffy brush to do this. And when there's nothing left on this brush, I'm just going to flick out the eyeshadow towards the tail of my eyebrow just to smoke it out slightly. This is not going to be a smoky look, but if it so happens to turn into one, then that's what happens. Sometimes I get carried away. And the fact that this eyeshadow palette is $70 is quite insane. I was hesitant to get this palette in the first place because I do have the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette, which is so similar to this one, honestly, but I'm so glad that I splurged and got this one because the formula on these shadows are way better than the Makeup by Mario ones. And that's even crazy to say because the Makeup by Mario formulas are really good too. You can just get these to build on each other and look so rich and deep. I love this and I have not stopped using it since I got it, literally. So now with these 2 shades right here, I'm just gonna mix them together and I'm gonna deepen up the crease slightly. I get a little carried away with my eyeshadow looks, and I tend to accidentally make them super smoky even though I wasn't going for a smoky look. And I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen today because I just love to blend out eyeshadow. I could do it for days. So now that the eyes are finally done, we can move on to the rest of the face. So the first step in my base routine is always primer. So the most expensive primer that I own is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. And the Silk Canvas Primer by Tatcha retails for $54. Quite a bougie primer if you ask me. I just get a little all over my fingertips, and then I'm gonna put it all over my skin, but mainly concentrating it mostly on my cheeks wherever I have pores because this is gonna help fill in the pores. This helps to fill in pores, smooth out texture, and just really prep the skin for makeup. It leaves my skin feeling so soft. Hands down, the best part about this primer is how it smells. It smells so good. If you've ever tried out anything by Tatcha, you know that their products just smell so clean and fresh. And I do feel like my skin is so smooth and that my pores are slightly less visible after I use this, so that's really good. $54 for a primer is quite pricey, honestly. It's so expensive. But this primer is excellent and it does a really good job of prepping your skin for foundation, and that's exactly what a primer should do. So this to me is a 10 out of 10. Moving on to foundation, and the most expensive and bougie foundation that I own is a Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection foundation. And this baby right here costs $69. And honestly, they gotta be out of their mind for making this foundation $69. Are you kidding me? And you know the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, that one is insanely popular, and that one is also $69. Makeup is getting pricey out here. In this foundation, I wear the shade Light Medium 10. Now let me tell you something about this foundation. I love it so much. I always start with 1 pump on the back of my hand. Okay, maybe 2 because that pump was kind of small. And then I take my foundation brush and I dip it right into the back of my hand, and then I start at the bottom of my face and I work my way up to my cheeks, and then I stop right about here so I leave my under eyes blank. Now one thing about this foundation is that it is super liquidy. It is so watery, it's insane. You can see it's already running all the way down my hand. But for that reason, I love this foundation. I love how lightweight and thin thin it is? I'm telling you, it's one of the most thin foundations that I own. And it has more of a natural matte finish. And then I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and then I'm gonna tap the foundation into my skin, and this is really gonna give my foundation that flawless look. And this foundation does such a good job of making my skin look like skin, but even better. And I cannot stress to you enough how thin and lightweight this foundation is. It's actually crazy. It has more of a medium coverage and it just looks flawless on the skin. And now it's time for concealer, and I definitely have a bougie one. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I have the shade 1.5N, and this concealer retails for $40. And yes, it's quite insane that a whole concealer is $40, but it's Dior. Half of it is that you're paying for the name, as is all these products in this video, honestly. The doe foot applicator on this is actually such a nice size. It's more of a medium size. It's not too small and it's not too big either. So I'm just gonna start by applying it directly under my eye like I usually do. And the hack to make your concealer last all day is using just a little bit, because the more concealer you use, the more product can crease up underneath your eyes. And we definitely don't want that. So you just want to use a little bit. And that's why I also said leave your under eye blank when you're applying your foundation, because if you put foundation underneath your eye and then add concealer right on top, that's so much product that your eye can just eat up. So a little bit with concealer is the way to go. But as you can see, I don't even follow my own advice, because I actually wear a lot of concealer because I love the full coverage look. But this concealer right here is actually super full coverage as it is. So I don't even know if I needed to add this much, but it is what it is. This is the normal amount for me. Unless I'm really trying to pop off and make my makeup look flawless, then I'll just do like one little baby dot. And then I blend out the concealer with my brush. And then I make sure to lift it up towards my temple so that as it blends out, it's also lifting my eyes. The coverage on this concealer is wonderful. I'm telling you, it covers up everything. And it also brightens my under eye so beautifully. And it will last me all day long, and it does not crease either. It's such a good, beautiful formula. I love it because it is more of a hydrating formula, so it's not going to be matte and crusty throughout the day. It just blends out so easily and it looks so beautiful and hydrated underneath the eye, and I love that. And then as always, I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm just going to tap in the concealer to just make it look smooth and flawless. After every single cream product, I always tap it in with the beauty sponge. It is a problem that I cannot stop. It's not really a problem, it's just an obsession. If you're curious about any of these products that I've mentioned in today's video, I've linked them all down in the description box for you, just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. They're all right there for you down in the description box. So now it's time to add a little bit more warmth to my face. So I'm going to apply a cream bronzer to my skin. So the most expensive and bougie cream bronzer that I own is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Cream Bronzer. Now this is probably one of the bougiest products that I own. I cannot believe how expensive this is for a cream bronzer. It's insane. This cream bronzer retails for $58. $58! That's almost the same price as the foundation and the eyeshadow palette for a cream bronzer. Miss Charlotte, are you good? What's going on over there, girl? What is going on over there? You get so much product in this cream bronzer. It's huge. It's honestly like the same size of my face. Look at this. It is so huge. Look at it compared to the size of a translucent powder. It's basically the same size. That's crazy. I've talked about this cream bronzer in my top 5 cream bronzers from Sephora video, which I'll link right here. And this one is in the video, obviously, so. But when cream bronzers come in a little jar like this, or even with a stick, I love to apply them with a brush. So I'm just gonna coat my brush. The mirror in this product is so huge. I love it because then I can actually do my makeup with it. I have the medium shade in this, and the formula of this cream bronzer is packed with hyaluronic acid, so it has a beautiful glow when you apply it to the skin, and that I am obsessed with. I love the shade of this. It really looks like I was sun-kissed and at the beach all day long, and overall it really is a stunning product, and it blends out like a literal dream. And then of course, you know the drill. I have to tap it in with my beauty sponge just to pick up extra product, not make it look as crazy and intense. I mean, you can see for yourself how beautiful this cream bronzer is. It looks so good. And if you are in the market for the world's most bougie cream bronzer, I got you. You gotta try Miss Charlotte out, because as you can see, she slays. Now for setting powder, I have one of the most bougie setting powders on the market. I'm not kidding. This is so bougie and expensive. And I don't like this powder. I really don't. For some reason, I just don't. This is the Givenchy Prisme Libre setting powder. Now in the powder, you do get a little powder puff, which is excellent. And for $59, I'm so glad they included one. I have the shade number 4. And to me, I don't like this because the scent is so strong and it smells straight up like grandma. Like, you know what I'm talking about. It smells like grandma. I'm not kidding. Straight up grandma. And honestly, I think that this powder is so drying. If you have oily skin, you might love this powder so much. But I have dry skin and I like my powders to have a little bit more of a glow to them, and this one is completely matte. It went viral viral on the internet, and honestly, I'm not sure why, because I don't like this at all. I think it just makes my skin look so dry when I apply it. It clings to my texture and it just does not look good. So for me, I just don't like this powder, and I do not think that it's worth $59 because the Hourglass powder, on the other hand, is a little bit bougie and it's way better. So this is a no for me. Even though my skin kind of does look good, it's still a no for me because it is so dry. So now I'm gonna set my cream bronzer into place with my powder bronzer, and the most bougie powder bronzer that I own is from Dior. What a surprise. This is the Dior Forever Natural Powder Bronzer, and I have the shade number 5 Warm Bronze. And this powder bronzer is so insanely bougie. This retails for $50. And like I said, I'm just gonna use this to set my cream bronzer into place and give a little bit more life back to my skin after I applied that powder. It does look so beautiful and warm on the skin, and it blends out so easily, but $50 for a powder bronzer is truly insane. But you're also paying for the Dior name, and the packaging on this is so cute. It has more of a cushioned lid, and I can feel all the puffy quilts that it has right here on the lid. 10 out of 10 for that. So that's probably why you're also paying $50 for the packaging. But if you want something cute to keep in your makeup collection, this is for sure it. It looks so cute if you want something bouge like that. So the most expensive powder blush in my collection is actually by Hourglass, and this is the Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Mood Exposure. And this powder blush retails for $46. I love this blush so much. Honestly, I really do. I'm a really big fan of Hourglass in general. I love their brand, and I'll be doing a full face of Hourglass coming very soon, so if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll give you all the tea on all Hourglass. But this blush is such a beautiful shade, truly. And the thing is about Hourglass is that all of their products has that very subtle glow from within infused into everything. Whether it's their setting powder or their blush, their bronzer, or their finishing powders, it all has that wonderful glow from within that just makes your skin look so beautiful, glowy, and lifelike. I mean, how can you not be obsessed? And this blush is no exception to that. It has the most beautiful glow from within, and it just goes on so beautifully onto the skin. It's not too pigmented either, so I feel like I kind of had to build the blush, which is nice for a more soft and subtle look. I'm a little bit extra, so I like my blush to be like super intense, but you can see it just goes on and it looks beautiful on the skin. And for $46, at least you know you're gonna get a beautiful blush. Now it's time to add a little bit of highlight to my cheeks, and the most expensive highlight palette that I own is by Dior. Again, they are just so bougie. And this is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette, and this is in the shade Universal. And of course, this palette retails for $48. Now you do get some beautiful shades of highlight in this palette, so that's really nice, and it does a really good job at what it says it's gonna do. I think this is so beautiful when you apply it to your cheeks. It is a little bit glittery though, so just beware of that, but it's not too glittery to where I don't want to wear it. But watch this. You can just see it just brightens up my cheeks, give it that beautiful glow, and I am obsessed with it. I kind of just mix all the shades together, and then whatever happens, happens. This highlight palette also went a little viral on the internet as well, and for a good reason, honestly, because it really does work, and it does look gorgeous on the skin. But the fact that it's $48 is wild. I still have to do my eyebrows, but I don't have anything in this video for my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna do my lip first, and then I'll return for the setting spray, and then we'll be done. Oh, and in that time, I'll do my eyebrows, of course. So the most expensive lip liner that I have is by Charlotte Tilbury, of course. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Liner in the shade Pillow Talk Medium. And this lip liner retails for $25, which for a lip liner is crazy. Now, Charlotte Tilbury is definitely known for the Pillow Talk collection, but to me, Pillow Talk Medium is superior. If you have more of a light to medium skin tone, lip liner medium is the one. I'm just gonna line my lips with this pencil, and I do love this pencil. The formula is really beautiful, and you do get a really good lip liner for the price, so you can't be mad at that. It's really just a beautiful dusty rose shade, and it looks so good. Seriously, Pillow Talk is Charlotte's baby. She has a Pillow Talk product shade in every single product that they have. Blush, highlight, lips, eyes, anything, Pillow Talk. And you can see why. It just looks so good. Now for the bougie lipstick. The most bougie lipstick that I own is by Pat McGrath, and this is the Matte Trance lipstick in the shade Flesh 5. And this lipstick retails for $39. Almost $40 for a whole lipstick, but it's Pat McGrath. It is Pat Mrs. McGrath. Oh my gosh, the shade is a lot more red than I expected. I guess we're going for a red look today, huh? Oh my god, I did not expect this to be so red. Wow. I feel like I'm on an episode of Punk'd because my lips are so red. I was not expecting that, and I was not planning for that either, because I always plan out how my looks are gonna look by the end of them, obviously. And red was not on my agenda. Let's see if I can lighten brighten it up with this Dior Bougie lipstick, or make it a little pink or something, I don't know. The most bougie gloss that I have is of course by Dior, and I do not own the Dior lip oil, or else that would be considered the most bougie lip gloss that I have, but it's the Dior lip oil's best friend, which is the Dior Lip Plumping Maximizer, and I have the shade Berry, so hopefully it makes my lips a little bit more pinky. I really like this gloss because it's so beautiful. It feels really good on the lips, and also does have a very slight tingling effect for plumping your lips, and I really like that because at least you're getting something out of this gloss where the lip oil is literally just a gloss and nothing else for like 40 bucks, and this retails for $38, and at least you're getting some plumping effect along with a gorgeous gloss. And it actually did make this lip a little bit more purpley. I love this, and this is such a beautiful gloss, truly. I recommend her over the lip oil any day, and it's just because the lip oil went viral. The Maximizer should go viral because it feels so nice and cooling on your lips, truly. We are at the last product, and I only have a mini of this product because that's how expensive and bougie it is. So for the setting spray, the most bougie setting spray that I have is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So I do have the mini size of this, which is $22, but the full size of this mist actually costs $49. That's almost $50 for a setting spray. But it's Tatcha, what do you expect? Tatcha is amazing and definitely hands down one of my favorite skincare brands. They are so bougie but so good. I'm just gonna shake it up and then I'm gonna spray it all over my face. The mister on this is so fine and soft, I couldn't even really tell that it was hitting my face. So if you don't like your misters to really wet your makeup, this is the one for you. And it does give your skin a very refreshed feel after you use it, because now I just feel so fresh, not powdery at all, and you can see that it gave my skin a very luminous and dewy glow to it, which I am obsessed with. Every single time I do my makeup, I always have to finish off with a glowy setting spray. It is an essential step in my makeup routine. She is a little superstar over here, and you can be just like me and try out the mini before you try out the full size if you want to be bougie, because bougie minis are definitely the way to go, honestly. You can try them out first and see if you even like them. Makeup is forever my little bestie. And that's it. Here is today's final makeup look using the most expensive and bougie makeup in my collection. Overall, I think it looks so good. My skin is skinning right now, and all these products definitely slayed. And after using all of these products together, I can say that I feel so bougie, especially when I look down at my desk and I see all these bougie products laid out everywhere. I'm like, ooh, maybe I am a little bougie. No, I'm like the fake bougie, the one that wants to be bougie but really isn't. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried out any of these products and which one is your favorite. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for hanging out and being here with me today. I had so much fun filming this video. I will be back next week with a brand new video, so make sure to hit the little subscribe button so you don't miss that. I can't thank you enough for being here hanging out with me today. You are my true bestie. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can become besties. Bye!